Hey everybody, it's me, John Anthony Chihawk Soltero. I am the anti-hero. I am back after a week layoff. Sorry about that. With a brand new shave and a haircut. Now you might be asking yourself, haircut I get, why the shave? Well, it was part of the package deal for funding issue 4 of the Bubba Patrol. The campaign was going kind of slow at one point, and I put it out there that if we fully funded the campaign, I would shave off my beard and mustache. Now, I hate the way I look without a beard and a mustache, so I am growing it back. But that's neither here nor there. We're back. It is Friday again, and that means another episode of Grade That Comic. This week, I've got DC, the Wonderverse, or Wonder Comics, Naomi, Season 1. Now, this was a 6-issue miniseries from creators Brian Michael Bendis, David F. Walker, and Jamal Campbell, who is easily becoming one of my favorite artists in the industry. I picked this up when it came out on the rack. I actually read this comic. I didn't just go and get it slabbed. I read it, and then in 2019, when I went to my last full convention, second to last full convention, I submitted to CBCS, and it came back a 9.8. That was getting it off the rack, reading it, handling it, putting it in a bag and board, driving it in a box with a couple of other books to New Mexico, and submitting it. It still came back near perfect. And that's kind of an explanation of the grade of this comic. I love the artwork and the characterization. I loved that this is one of those books that both supports diversity, but also doesn't push against those things that all the old guard get really mad about, because Miles Morales is basically just Peter Parker, but with dark skin. Why can't you just make new diverse characters? Well, if that's your argument, here you go. And you've got 3 of the best creators in comics working on them. Brian Michael Bendis, who is also the co-creator of one Miles Morales, David F. Walker, who is also the co-creator of, and an amazing writer in and of himself, of Bitterroot, which I reviewed before, and Jamal Campbell, who is also the co-creator of one of my newer favorite characters, Joe Moline of Far Sector fame, the newest Green Lantern. So you've got 3 amazing creators who are also co-creators of some other amazing characters in and of themselves. But what makes Naomi stand out? Well, first of all, the artwork. Campbell's work gives Naomi a very youthful feel, but gives her also her own feel, her own identity. She's not slapped with the same constricts, constraints of how we see superheroes. You know, she's the protagonist of this story, but she's not this tall, statuesque, shapely character that we see oftentimes with female characters who are even not adults yet. Naomi's a high school kid who's also adopted. So this gives her kind of a struggling identity up in the northwest of the United States, where she always just seems to miss whatever is going on. Now, the story starts out with her getting to the scene of Superman just leaving and being out of eyesight, and everybody in the town just oohing and awing that Superman was there. And the last time there was any sort of superhero activity or metahuman activity in the town where Naomi lives, conveniently, was the day she was adopted. Is that a coincidence? Or does it just happen to coincide with her origin? You will have to read this story to find out, because I'm not going to spoil everything for you. But what Bendis and Walker do is create a whole new universe within a universe, because this is a brand new character in a brand new portion of the DC universe. Wonder Comics was the extension brand, kind of like Vertigo, kind of like Black Label, that allowed Brian Michael Bendis to create some younger characters and give like a boost to a lot of the legacies out there. like Young Justice and the Wonder Twins, Dial H for Hero. Um, but then you also get a completely and wholly unique character in Naomi, whose last name is revealed in the last issue as McDuffie, as an homage to the late, great Dwayne McDuffie. Now, I will be honest, I haven't read a lot of Dwayne McDuffie comic books. My real introduction to Dwayne McDuffie's work was through the DC animated universe, where he was the writer and co-creator of so many of the DCAU shows. So it's a great homage to a great creator. And this character, I feel, is a legacy character as well to so many creators who've come before, and gives her a whole new set of powers and a whole new set of just intricacies. Now, this is one of those books that before speculation started running rampant, and the only way a book was going up in value was because a character was appearing in a movie or a TV series. This book started to do well in the secondary market because it was a really well-written character, and it flew under the radar. There wasn't a whole lot of issues ordered. It was severely under-ordered. All the subsequent issues were ordered more, but it was still a 6-issue miniseries. So where do you go with that? Well, you bring her into the main DC universe. So you have her show up with Young Justice. You have her show up in Action Comics. You have her show up with the Teen Titans. And then, a couple years later, you have her come back for season 2. I love the Naomi book. I love the Naomi character, the mythos that she comes with, who her parents are. Not just her biological parents, but her adopted parents have their own story. And so does the town that she lives and grew up in. The reveal of her powers is extremely well done, and you almost get the feel, especially with her costume, that it bears a logo resemblance to the White Lanterns. Now, one of the really, really cool things is DC did multiple printings of issues 1 through 6, but they kept it to 3 printings total. They also did the B cover for issue number 1 as well. The A cover was the one that stuck a little bit harder in terms of price. This is one of these books that's got the little fancy tabs that I put on the back of it because it goes up on my wall, or it might go up on my mantle or my shelf after this. I love this as a new character. I love this as a story. These 3 creators, I hope Bendis, Walker, and Campbell all come back to do season 2, because without one of them, it will change the dynamic. I'm not sure, but I believe Campbell might have switched from traditional art to digital art at some point between issues 4 and 5, because the line work changed just a little bit. The characterizations didn't. They got stronger as the story went on and her origin was revealed. Naomi is a fresh-faced character for the DC universe and for comics in general, taking it forward. And of course, the CW ordered a pilot and then approved a first season. So we have that to look forward to as well, coming soon. Hopefully they'll be showing it on HBO Max as well, because I don't have regular TV. I got streaming services. That's basically how I roll. DC also did this great hardcover of season 1. It's got all 6 issues in it. I don't know if you can find it in stores anymore, but it was just $20 for a 6-issue hardcover. That's pretty unheard of in this day and age. There weren't a lot of extras in it. So there's some character sketches. I believe there's an intro, but that's pretty much it. But if you're looking to read the story and you're not going to find second and third prints to read, or you're a completist, or you're not willing to shell out for a first print, which is going up into triple digits now, definitely check out the hardcover. So, what's my grade for Naomi? Now, as much as I ballyhooed this and I shot it up, you might be surprised that my grade is not as perfect, because I believe there's room for growth. And with this only being 6 issues and just the start, I give Naomi season 1 a 9.6. So trying to keep in my under 10-minute grade that comic reviews, which I'm not going to make, Keep reading comics, and I'll see you down in the comments. Take it easy.